I don't know about you, but I watched a few videos on TikTok about the Ohio train derailment, and now my entire feed is just doomsday content. Things about vinyl chloride, poisoned food, poisoned water, World War III, nuclear war, Russia, China, UFOs, alien invasions, and of course, how to prep for those things. So in a matter of literally one day, my anxiety went from this to this. And by the way, this is exactly why I don't watch the news. And as I was watching these videos, because I literally had no control over what was being fed to me, I started to feel really hopeless and helpless about the future of our world. And those of you who watch my channel, you know that's not something that I normally feel. Everything just is starting to feel a little bit too out of our control, and I can guarantee that a lot of people who are watching this video feel the same way. I wanted to make this video to give you a sense of comfort the next time you're feeling a little scared or hopeless about the state of the world. I obviously don't have all the answers because I feel this way too sometimes, but I'm just going to share with you some of the things that help me stay calm, help me stay present and hopeful, and of course see things from the higher perspective. But if you're new here, welcome to the Aurora Codes, a place where I help you discover your magic, reclaim your power, and live your higher purpose. So if that sounds like something you're into, definitely subscribe and join this incredible community. So one of the biggest things that helps me stay positive and hopeful when thinking about how scary the world can be sometimes is just having a different perspective. So a lot of different mystics and prophets, psychics, ancient civilizations, even some religions talk about this concept of a new earth, and the wording around it varies a little bit. The meaning of it varies a little bit depending on who's speaking about it. However, the overall concept is very similar. You may have even heard about the Age of Aquarius, and it's all about shifting into this new paradigm. However, this new earth concept is essentially that the earth is going to split in two, that people will stay in the 3D and there'll be a shift into the 5D. That earth is shifting into 5D. Some people are resisting and choosing to stay within the 3D. This concept is even something that we can see in Christianity with the rapture. It's this splitting happening. And some people believe that when this split happens, the two different groups won't be able to perceive one another. So we could all be living on the same earth, but not being able to perceive the other person. So it's a very interesting concept. Like I said, it kind of ties in with the rapture as well. Like some people are taken away. Looks like they'll just poof away one day, and the others will be left here in turmoil, essentially stuck in this 3D world. So if you're feeling this call to spirituality, there's a reason why. And there's this belief that so many people around this time who have incarnated on Earth are here to help usher in this new paradigm shift. Now, the point of this video isn't to dive too deep into this new Earth concept, though I definitely could make whole video about it because it's something that just blows my mind, something that makes me feel really good in my soul. But if you're interested in learning more about it, I highly recommend this book by Dolores Cannon, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. She was somebody who did past life regressions, and she developed this specific system that would take people so deep that she could access their past lives through their higher self. So all of her books are just collections of transcripts from her clients. So this whole book is themed around the volunteers, the people who came here on Earth to help usher in this new paradigm shift and what the new Earth will look like. So grab this book. I'll leave a link in my description box. It is incredible. It will change how you view the world. It'll make you feel more hopeful. It'll make you feel a sense of community with those who are on the same path as you. When we're thinking about this new Earth concept and the Earth splitting into different frequencies, you know, we think about how we have to get there. Everything has to fall apart in order for that to happen, right? Systems have to crumble. Think about tarot. When we think about the Tower card, right? Everything has to fall apart. Everything is falling apart. Systems are falling apart. There's a war going on. There's a lot of crazy things that are happening, but there's always something good that's on the other side, right? We need everything to fall apart in order for something new to begin. So when things are feeling like they're chaotic and scary and the world feels like it's about on the brink of nuclear war, you know, having this belief in my mind makes me feel like, okay, everything's happening for a reason. I incarnated here for a reason to help usher in this new world. I'm here to hold my frequency. I'm here to stay strong, stay positive, stay hopeful, stay with my community. So if you are watching this right now, I guarantee you are a volunteer who came here on Earth at this time to help usher in this new Earth. You are here for a greater purpose, and you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't. So in the midst of all this chaos, please keep this in mind. So the next thing we're going to talk about is making it a priority to do something fun every single day. And by fun, I mean something that's totally outside of your normal routine. I think that as adults, a lot of us do things for fun with a result in mind. So we might work out because it's fun, but also we want to get fit, or we want to read a book because we want to learn something new, or we're going to cook something delicious because we have to feed our family. Like there's always a result from it. We don't do things just to do them. As adults, we lose that sense of playfulness because we feel like we have to be grown-ups, we have to be responsible. But why does that mean that we can't still play? Playing doesn't give you any other result other than just having fun. So you can dance, you can paint, you can do a puzzle, you can color, you can bake. If you have time, you can go on an adventure, go to a theme park, go on some roller coasters, do something fun that brings out your inner child, because that's something that we don't do a lot as adults. We don't tap into our inner child that much. And that brings me to another point. When you're feeling scared or hopeless, one of the things that I recommend the most is to read some of your favorite childhood books, or even a book that you always wanted to read when you were young. So maybe you were obsessed with the Harry Potter series and it's been super long since you've read it. Dust those babies off and read them. Or maybe you're somebody who's always wanted to read them and you never have. This would be a great time to start. Whatever book you wanted to read as a kid, or even if you were to go into the kids section now, see what kind of books would spark your imagination. When we grow up, a lot of us tend to only read things like self-help books or things that we can learn something from. Of course, there's a lot of people who read fiction books, but a lot of people tend to want to also get a result out of what they're reading. And I find that that's something that really kills your inner child. And because we're feeling unsure about the world, we want to really tap into our inner child, because hopefully as a child you felt somewhat protected, you had moments of safety, you had a roof over your head, and you knew that you were taken care of. Of course, that's not the case for everybody, but even if it wasn't, you can tap into that now. You can heal your inner child by doing this work. So we want to bring forth things that fuel our inner child to help us tap into that sense of safety. So if I were to read a book that I wanted to read as a kid, like I literally just went to Barnes & Noble and I got a Percy Jackson book for the first time. I was like, I wanted to read this as a kid, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read The Lightning Thief. I also have book 1 of Chronicles of Narnia that I want to read as well. And when we read these types of books, we can read them faster. They're usually shorter reads. They're also easier reads, and they spark your imagination. So many children's books are full of magical codes that trigger our ancestral DNA. They remind us on a cellular level that magic is real. You're able to escape from your reality and immerse yourself in this magical world that your DNA knows is real. And it's connecting you back with your inner child. It's so healing to read books that are meant for younger kids. Not younger kids, but like young readers, you know, like Harry Potter type of books and Percy Jackson. Like there's so many different books that are just so magical and so cute when you read them. And like I said, children are supposed to be provided for. They're supposed to feel loved and protected. And these books help transport your subconscious mind back into those times where you felt this sense of protection. You might have just been reading in your room by yourself with your parents cooking dinner, and you just felt like you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to worry about bills. You didn't have to worry about the world ending. You just were able to sit in your room and read a book and enjoy it. So I want you guys to experience this. Literally, it's so easy. It's so fun to tap into your inner child. Like, don't think it's weird at all. Let me know in the comments what book you're gonna read that will tap into your inner child. Sink into your community. When the world feels so chaotic and hopeless and like everything is going wrong, it can easily make you feel more alone than ever. Like for me, when I was scrolling on TikTok, seeing all these doomsday things, I was like, damn, I'm really screwed if things happen. Like I could never figure out how to clean my water or grow food like on my own. Like I would need help. God forbid all the power went out. Like what would I even do? I don't even own a flashlight. Like it would be so bad. It made me feel like, wow, I really wish I had like a partner to go through this with. But being around people that you love to go through this experience together, you know, we're all facing these same fears at the same time. Some people may not be aware of really what's going on in the world, and other people might be a little too aware, but coming together and just knowing that you're safe with each other is so important. So spend more time with the people that you love, because at the end of the day, that's really the most important thing in our lives is our relationships, and tell them how grateful you are for them. This reminds me of the movie Don't Look Up. If you guys have seen it, it's a great movie. At the very end, when the asteroid is hitting Earth, Spoiler. They're all sitting around the table, Leonardo DiCaprio and his family and his chosen family. They're passing around the plates, giving each other food. They had said a prayer. Meanwhile, everything is shaking because the asteroid just hit the Earth. And they're just talking about the most mundane things. They're talking about silly memories, and they're happy while the world is ending around them. And the very last thing that they say in the movie is Leonardo DiCaprio says,
"The thing of it is we really did have everything, didn't we? I mean, when you think about it."
And there's something about that line that just hits me so hard, because we always want to strive for more. We always want more in our lives. We always want to be bigger and better and be famous and have all this money. And what it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because all that matters is your relationships, the people that you love, the people that love you, those boring, mundane things that happen day to day and who's there for them. That's where the true magic of life lies. So it's truly all about the people that you love. So spend more time with them. Lastly, understand that you are not alone. Nobody is alone. We have this divine team with us at all times. They're there for us whether we're asking for them to be there or not. They're always there. They're always supporting you from behind the scenes, cheering you on, giving you guidance. They're always there. We all have spirit guides. We all have ancestors that are watching over us, that are protecting us, that are helping us, they're guiding us. So when I'm feeling anxious or scared or unsafe about things that are happening in the world, I will tune into my spirit guides. Usually I'm in bed. When I'm scrolling on TikTok, that's when I get in this mind, maybe I gotta get off TikTok. I'll just lay down and I will talk to my guides. So when I'm doing this and I'm speaking with my guides, I always feel so much love, so much protection. I feel so safe. I feel like I'm leaving with so much more wisdom than I did before. I feel like I'm learning more about why this is happening or why we're experiencing this on Earth. And every single person has the ability to tap into these different things. Every single person has the ability to meet their spirit guides, to communicate with them like that. It doesn't have to be like this thing that's only available to a select few. Like, no, every single person can learn to do this. Every single person has a whole team of people. Well, not people. Every single person has a team of guides that are with them and supporting them and are literally waiting for you to open up this communication, because they're there for you. So when you communicate with them, you're going to leave with new perspectives and new understanding of the world. You're going to leave with more comfort and love and a deeper sense of safety. So when you communicate with your guides, you're going to leave with a new perspective. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel love. You're going to feel emotionally and more spiritually charged than you did before you did that. So if you haven't started to communicate with your guides yet, I highly recommend doing it, especially if you are feeling like you need more comfort from like a higher source in terms of feeling unsafe or unsettled about the state of the world. You know, I always feel so much better. I always get so much more perspective when I do this. So I highly recommend giving it a try. And if you need help, I created a whole guided meditation to help activate this communication with your spirit guides for you. You get to go on a journey to meet your spirit guides, communicate with them, learn their stories, learn advice and wisdom that they have for you. And of course, you get to use that as medicine in your daily life. So every single time you do this meditation, you are going to be in a sacred space where you'll have the opportunity to meet new spirit guides or continue to work more closely with the ones that originally presented themselves to you. So I highly recommend checking that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description box. You will absolutely love it. So I know that the state of the world feels very out of control. One minute we're fine and the next minute it feels like we're on the brink of World War III. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what our future holds. And as cheesy as it sounds, we do have each other. We have this beautiful, uplifting, inspiring community that if you're not already a part of, we would love to have you. So definitely subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in a couple days with another video. Bye.